Another incredible excuse there from our man Charlie Peters, and I'm joined now by a solicitor who has represented more than 100 child abuse survivors, David Greenwood. And David, I know you've worked with Robbie Moore, the Tory MP for Keighley and Ilkley, about the astonishing 72,000 children that have been at risk of sexual abuse. And once again here, Mr. Greenwood, there seems to be a system where the victim is at the back of the queue.
Well, firstly, I think we need to remember, although you are featuring these so-called grooming gangs, we need to remember that this only accounts for 7% of child sexual abuse that is occurring or is recorded in this country. It's great that you are featuring it, but it is only a tiny minority. But you're right, I really don't think that police forces around the country have got to grips, and councils have got to grips with how to respond to this as yet. The independent inquiry into child sexual abuse held an inquiry, a statutory inquiry, into this so-called organised exploitation of children, and made some recommendations which have not yet been implemented by the government. I'm working with a group which is trying to make sure that the government brings in those recommendations so that the police can be ahead of these exploiters, these abusers, rather than behind the curve.
And David, you presented a dossier of your findings to the Home Office. Do you think they're going to listen? Do you think there'll be any changes made, or is it a system that's completely faulty and a system that seems to be in complete denial?
Possibly. The point of me working with Robbie Moore was to highlight the fact that we believe that a lot of exploitation has been going on in the Bradford district, which hasn't been looked into, hasn't been examined properly. We don't know the extent of it. We don't know who's doing it. We don't know whether local authorities and police have responded well or badly. We don't know what the NHS have done about all this. We really need to know facts. We've been fobbed off by the local authority numerous times when we've requested this type of Alexis J style Rotherham inquiry. And it seems to me as though the local authority in Bradford, at least, I can't speak for other local authorities, is trying to avoid this because it's inevitably going to give it a bad reputation, and it's going to harm its reputation. And this is part of the problem. We spoke to a minister, Robbie and I, and pointed out that it's all well and good announcing that there will be a number of inquiries, a number of local inquiries, but we need to find a mechanism of making sure that local authorities do actually carry out those inquiries.
Okay.
So we're advocating for the government to make sure that these local authorities actually do it, they're properly funded, and some pressure is put on them to take part.
Thank you very much, David Green, for joining us tonight, and thank you for the work you do to continue to shine a light on this topic. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Now, a Ministry of Justice spokesperson told GB News this was a horrific crime, and our thoughts remain with his